Good afternoon. Welcome to Sacred Enzyme. I'm Stacy, and I wanted to talk a little bit more today about our magnetic field. And I thought that I would probably start at the beginning because I kind of want to explain where I'm coming from, because a lot of people are confused about what the magnetic field does and even if it exists. It does exist because every part, every cell in our body has an electrical pulse. Your whole body is just a network of electricity. And your body it's so amazing because your body is really just like a big engine. They all have different jobs. They all do different things. Just like you have filters on your car, you have to put gas in your car. If somebody puts something in the gas tank besides gas, your car doesn't run. Then you have to change the filters. So it's kind of like we're at a point in our lives where it's time for us to change our filters because we didn't really understand the full extent of like maybe how we were eating, that it was affecting us the way it is. But we don't, a lot of times we're not volunteered that information by people, because a lot of people just kind of take it for granted anymore. You would think that we would have the best food in the world. You would think you could go to a restaurant and you wouldn't have to worry about what you were eating, if it was safe or not. And I'm not saying that there are places that serve unsafe food. That's not what I mean. I'm just meaning that our food doesn't have the nutrition that it used to have, like the ancient grains and the ancient beans. We have a lot of genetically modified vegetables and fruits, and there's like mass farming on a scale. It's mass farming, and when you try to hurry things up and you rush nature, then you don't get the benefits of all of nature has to offer. And there is a documentary that I've linked on my channel for videos that are highly recommended, where they talk about the nutritional values and how they've declined in our fruits and vegetables because they're being genetically modified, and also talks about the seed industry. And like I've talked about before, seeds are really important, and there's a small group of people, companies that own all of the seeds in the world. So that's scary, and everything now is being genetically modified that it doesn't have seeds in it because people are too lazy to pick seeds out. Well, guess what? That's life inside that fruit. Why are we neutering and spaying our fruit? Seriously, why would we do that? We're just setting ourselves up to starve to death. That makes zero sense. So I wanted to talk today about what different areas of your body do. So I don't want to make my videos too long because I know people are busy, and I don't think anybody should spend too much time on the internet. It's not healthy. We're getting, as I'm filming this right now, there's electromagnetic frequencies coming at me. So when you stay in an office setting all day long, you don't go outside and take your shoes off and put them in the grass, you're not recharging your battery. Your magnetic field is being damaged. So a lot of screen time is not good for you. And you will know too, because you'll feel it in your body. But you have quartz, Q-U-A-R-T-Z, quartz. Quartz is a crystal. You have that in several functions and several areas of your body. Now, a lot of people don't realize that quartz is also in our watch. That's why we don't have to change the battery, because it's a forever battery, okay? The chips that are in your electronics, they're little slices of quartz, and then the information is put on it. And they manufacture these chips on quartz crystal. So, but your body, like I said, your body's a universe. You are a universe. You have 10 to the 28th power number of atoms in your body, and all of those atoms are intelligent. They were able to find themselves together, to put themselves together to form you. I mean, wow, that's amazing. But anyway, our body has quartz in it too. And these areas of your body, and I'm just going to keep my notes, okay, so I stay on track. The areas of your body that contain quartz are your heart, your lungs, your eyes and your ears, your stomach, yes, your stomach, your nervous system, and that's a lot of things in your body. Okay, so that's a lot of batteries. So a lot of us are probably feeling tired, run down, right? Like, oh man, if we could just have a vacation at the beach, we would feel so charged, right? Wonder why going to the beach makes you feel so charged? Well, one, because you're in salt water, and two, because you're laying on the ground and you're grinding your feet on the shells, but you're laying on the sand and you're grounding your feet to the earth. And then you hear the waves, and those waves are a frequency, a vibrational frequency that works inside your body, and it causes a reaction of wellness. And you can leave the beach and come home and you feel so energized. It's just wonderful. That's why people want to live by the water. They don't really know it, that they're so drawn to the beach, but the reason that they are is because they're healing, places of healing, because of nature itself, which makes nature amazing. We need to be in nature. There's so much healing that's happening in nature all the time. So the heart is the battery for your cardiovascular system, okay? So if you're not getting enough exercise and you feel like, you're winded or you get tired easy, well, that's your heart battery. And also, your heart is your frequency for your love. And, when you're out of balance there, you're not taking care of your heart in physical and emotional ways, it's really good for you to eat a lot of green vegetables and connect with nature. Being outside in nature is really important. And it also helps energize your heart chakra, which is your love, be able to give love. If you have a hard time connecting with people, connect with nature. Nature doesn't give you these irrational judgments you're putting on yourself when you think people are judging you, or you think that you're not being accepted, or a lot of crazy feelings that we get. The heart's all about feeling. And you would think it would be red, but it's actually green. It's green. Green like nature, green like the trees, green like fresh cut grass, or a palm tree. Green like nature, green like St. Patty's Day, like the Irish. You ever wonder why they liked green? Because they were Celts and they lived in nature. They connected with nature. They lived off the land, and they were so smart, probably because they ate a lot of fungus. Yes, the brain is the nervous system, and it has a battery. I mean, have you had a little brain fog lately? You got aches and pains. Your brain is also your chakra, your crown chakra. And your crown chakra controls this part of your brain back here, and that's the energy field for this area. Like, if your crown chakra is, if you're, say you're an artist and you just don't feel like you're inspired anymore, or you're just not motivated anymore, you just don't want to do anything, you don't want to do your, you don't want to do the things that you used to like doing that were kind of like not just hobbies, but that was also getting stuff done or doing things or getting things accomplished. Or maybe it was a side hustle that you had going on that you were making some money at it, but it required some effort, and you just don't feel like you're inspired. Or, you've stopped helping in the community. You stopped recycling your stuff with the care center, or you stopped, going to church, or you stopped going and donating food, or whatever it is that you're doing to outreach in the community to try to stay involved. It does take a village. It takes a village to raise a child. We're all children of God, and we all are connected. but it's a universal love. It's the love in everybody. That's your crown chakra. You know, if you're sitting here screaming about, oh, this and this is happening, and I don't like this, and I don't like that, and I'm afraid, and okay, if you're having lots of fears, irrational fears and stuff like that, that's your crown chakra. So, you know, you probably have some inflammation in your body. That's why one of the things that you'll see a lot of people saying is that when they have digestive problems, or they have brain fog, or, you know, even if you have a lot of stress responses, that often they start taking mushroom supplements. And you have to think about, what is the shape of the mushroom? The mushroom is the shape of a brain. And the mushroom is so incredibly healthy. And it's also like our stomach. And if we really think about what our stomach is just like a big sponge, like a filter. And so what does that stomach do in our body? Well, that stomach takes everything in that you're eating, and it says, okay, I need to send this here and this here, and so first I got to turn it to this and I got to turn it to that, right? So if we're eating stuff that is not nutritional, and our stomach all the time is trying to turn that into something it can use, after a while the filters are going to get clogged and they're going to stop working on your engine so good, right? Pretty much. So, you know, you have to look at the fact that your enzymes, that's what's happening with that stomach. That's like years of not eating good things, or eating a lot of raw stuff, or, you know, if you have a very graphical diet, I don't know how adventurous, and you eat a lot of things, sometimes you probably have parasites. But a lot of people have bacteria in their guts that are unhealthy, and it's from eating things that we really should be eating, that are good for us. Or if we drink a lot of soda, if you love your cola, then you're probably drinking too much phosphorus. You know, it's like there's an ancient philosopher that says that moderation is the road to perfection, I believe it is, or the road to achievement of greatness is moderation. And that really is the truth. I mean, you have to moderate everything in your life. If you can't live without having a soda once in a while, then you know, come up with a recipe where you can muddle fruit and some organic sugar that's not been turned into white refined sugar, unrefined, and muddle some nice fresh ripe fruit in it, and then add some non-flavored sparkling water to it and replace that for your cola. I mean, that's one good way to break a energy drink habit. If you're a smoker, smoking is really bad on your stomach. So if you consider yourself a smoker because you're a nervous person and you think it helps your nerves, yeah, no. But I do have good news, that if you're seriously in the clutches of a nicotine addiction and you're trying really hard to quit vaping and quit smoking, go down to the best place that you can find and get you some really good natural honey, and mix that with fresh squeezed lemon, and do equal parts. Mix it really well, put it in a jar, put it in your refrigerator. Every time that you want to smoke, take a spoonful, and it helps with the nicotine cravings. Very good, very good, you know. And also lemon juice is really good if you are on blood thinners and you suffer from breathing issues, and you can have citrus fruits, which you should always check the list with a nutritionist and get a list of exactly what you're allowed to eat. Because if you're on a fixed income and your doctor or your insurance doesn't cover a type of medication that your blood thinners allow you to take fruits and vegetables at your leisure, always get with your doctor or dietitian and find out exactly what you're allowed to have and how much you can have, because you want to take advantage of an opportunity to have as many fresh fruits and vegetables and as much of a variety as you can when you're on those types of medications that restrict your intake of certain types of fruits and vegetables. So it's very important. But the heart and the lungs have quartz in them. The lungs control your breathing, they control your blood flow, that's your vascular system. Your eyes and your ears, that's your nervous system. Have you ever known someone who's been away and they've served our country? And thank God for all of the people that serve our country in every form and fashion. I come from a long line of military people, and I can truly, truly honor those men and women. Every time I see them, always honor a veteran, because they really, put their life up for us so we can have freedom, so we can defend the Constitution set up by the forefathers themselves. A lot of those forefathers were not given credit, but you can find it on the internet. You can find out who our first presidents were and our real forefathers. And the other thing that does is your blood takes waste and gases out of your body. So, you also have to remember that we have a lot of water in our blood too. So we're made up of so much water. So if you're not drinking water, you need to be drinking water all the time, because our food has so many additives and preservatives that it just sucks the hydration out of your body. So you really need to just be drinking clean water all day long, all day. It's so important, because your body has an interstitium, which is a fluid-filled highway that is basically, right underneath your skin, and it also controls all of your organs. It lines your organs too, and if it's not properly hydrated, all that stuff can't travel where it needs to go. So you need to stay hydrated. Now, I am still learning about all this stuff as you go, and I want to tell you that I'm a self-taught so far. I've been studying this stuff for a long time. I have friends that work in the medical field, in the natural medical field, and I grew up with a family that made do with what you had, and so I do know a lot of things just by learning by burn. And I know that a lot of people would rather watch videos than sit and spend hours reading books or things like that, or talking to people and finding out what they know, or doing research. And I want to thank you for spending time with me. I would say that I am not a licensed practitioner, and that any of this information that I'm giving you, you can find at your local library. You can also go on the internet, on YouTube, and you can look up our magnetic field. There are a lot of scholars that do speak about the body's magnetic field. One of them would be Manly P. Hall. He was a 33rd degree Mason that shared all of his knowledge and teachings from the mystery schools and everything, ancient knowledge. He talks in depth. I believe you can find an entire lecture that talks about the body's magnetic field. But you can also verify with any medical doctor that there are quartz in our body and that they are contained within these systems. And obviously, if there is a battery, then there's something connected to the battery. That's just knowledge. If you even know anything about working a remote control or anything else that requires a battery, it doesn't work if it doesn't have a battery, right? So something is firing, that battery is firing some kind of system. So there is a system that is connected with each one of these batteries. But there are also things that are called energy centers in our body, which are called chakras. And I'm going to save that for a next video because I don't want to get this too long, and we've gone 20 minutes here. I appreciate you giving 20 minutes of your time to learn a little bit about some of these areas of the body. And I will be getting more in depth on future videos about the areas of our body and the chakras, the emotions that they control, how it can correspond to different foods that we crave. If we are craving particular kinds of foods, what exactly this means, and how it could possibly mean that we have an imbalance, and that just by our diet alone that we can help get these energy centers back going the way that they need to, repair our magnetic field so we can be better protected and become more in touch with our true authentic self, because all of our energy centers are working at their full capacity. And I just want to tell you that I did go to the library and I found an amazing book that is on the body's electromagnetic systems and our code. Now, talk about that the universe does not work in mysterious ways, because it does. I was just talking about our magnetic field and the energy centers, and I was saying, do we have a code? And what is our code? Is our code our birthday? Is it the hour that we were born? Is it the latitude and longitude of where we were born? What is our code, right? Well, this book breaks that down. So I'm going to be really excited about sharing some videos about that too. And, you know, there's not a lot of people watching these videos, and that's okay, you know, because I feel like that when the time is right and that you'll search for this information, that you're going to find it, and then at that time that you'll be ready to receive this information. And so whoever is here and whenever you are here, because in the future is now, in the past is now, and we all are in the past, the future, and the present as we speak. And so step outside in the present, and when you see this video, take a moment to go outside and put your feet in the grass and ground yourself to Mother Earth and say, this is a beautiful afternoon. Thank you for joining me on Sacred Enzyme.